Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a book review of Childhood's End by Arthur C. Clarke. Now, first of all, this is a pure science fiction novel. It's not a particularly big book. It's actually extremely small, in fact. It's not even 250 pages barely. So it's a very quick read, 3-4 hours. And it is an unusual book in some respects, but a fun book. The plot of the book starts off around now in our current world, and a group of aliens visits Earth in their spaceships. They are simply known as the Overlords, and they just hover above the primary cities on the planet, capitals and such. And over the course of many years, they just communicate with us and try to turn our society into a kind of really advanced utopian society where we have no war, no hunger, all that sort of significant problem that we have nowadays. They're non-existent with the Overlord there. One of the major plot points of it is essentially finding out through the course of the book why they are here and why do they seem to be so benevolent and trying to help us as heavily as they are, because they are not asking for anything in return from what humans can see. They just seem to be wanting peace and prosperity and growth all over the world, and this is obviously not something that humans are currently capable of doing, because we have to have a reward system in place. The characters in the book start off with smaller characters that aren't quite as significant, but then quickly develop into a different set of characters which then stay with you until most of the way through the book. One significant character that remains with you throughout the whole book is the original Overlord that you bump into. He's called Krellen, I think that's how you pronounce it. And for a long time you don't even know what he looks like. But eventually things change and you do get a bit of almost like psychology on him, which is curious because of course he's not even human. So it's an interesting idea, giving a sort of some psychological points and the sort of getting to know a character that is not human in any sense. And indeed the way the Overlords think is very different from humans. To me, the book is not about individual characters as such. I mean, there are a few that stay with you, but not many. But it's more about the idea of what the characters are, their personality types, and their thought processes. That's what's important to the story. And indeed, that is what Arthur C. Clarke appears to focus on, at least from what I can tell. The world building is pretty simple because it is Earth as it is today. There's no disasters that's befallen the world, with the addition of a selection of giant spaceships hovering over various cities. The book was written in 1952, I think it was, could be 53, and certain things you can tell about the age of the book, but not many, because he doesn't directly reference pieces of technology, or indeed he doesn't try to guess technology, so to speak. I think this is a very useful idea, and I think it's a very good way that he's done it, because it makes the book slightly more timeless than if he had named particular pieces of technology and focused on them. That would show the age, because those technologies would probably be obsolete by this point. So, in summary, I really like this book. On Goodreads I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, I believe. I didn't give it 5 because it's not the sort of book I would reread on a regular basis. I wouldn't reread this yearly or anything, but I would definitely reread it again in another 2 years or so. Might be little things that I might get from it again. It asks some interesting questions about our society and the way the world works, and it's generally a really fun book. The book asks some pretty interesting questions about what we could become as a race and a species, and I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was a very interesting book, and it is a fairly quick read as well. I would recommend this to science fiction fans, of course, being Arthur C. Clarke, and just people who want to read about some interesting ideas about what we as a species and humans could be, and what might be a possible idea of a future. The evolutionary ideas in it are curious because they are not about a physical evolution as such. They're more about a sociological evolution of what our societies could become and how our societies could interact if we could get past the stupid things that we do currently, like have wars and mass murder each other. So overall, a very good book. That's it for this video, and indeed for this review. I hope you liked watching it. If you've read it, let me know, and if you think I have left any significant points out, then of course let me know that as well in the comments below. And thank you for watching. I'll see you another day. Bye for now.